Hi everybody, this is Boogass Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Stranger Things 11 figure. So before we take a look at 11, let's take a look at the accessories that she comes with. So first up, she comes with the Stranger Things base. This is pretty standard for all the Stranger Things figures. They all come with this. She doesn't want to stand up on her own. She's really top heavy because this dress is a really heavy plastic that doesn't have any give to it. So she wants to just fall forward. So that's her first accessory. Her second accessory is an alternate hand for holding her Eggo. Now, when I switch this out, I tend to leave it switched because I'll show that in just a second. Try to take this off really easily because that is a really, really thin peg. And I feel like if I pry on it, it will just fall right off. So I usually leave her with this hand on. I just took it off for the review. And here she comes with her little Eggo waffle. There. It looks really good. Has some nice detail to it. Looks like a real Eggo. And then you can just fit it in her hand like so. And she holds it very well. That really surprised me as to how well she can hold it. It is a little cockeyed in her hand, but, you know, nothing major. And she comes with an alternate hand for holding, the walkie-talkie here. That's a little harder to get on. There. So there's the walkie-talkie. I think it's the same. Let me see here. Yeah, it's the same. I think all the walkie-talkies, all the Stranger Things figures come with are the same. I think the hands might even be the same. The open hands. They're all just painted a little differently. But yeah, there she is with her walkie-talkie. Yeah, it looks pretty good. But I do like her other hand on her more. This one. It's when she's using her powers, and her nose is bleeding there, so I feel like that's just, I don't know, I feel like that just suits her more. And for her final accessory, she comes with her wig. Now this wig is done in a really light blonde, and has a wash of like brownish blonde over it, but it has a lot of paint variation to it, and has some really nice sculpt. Now, I did watch a couple reviews before this, because I was trying to figure out how to get this on without, like, raking the paint off of her head and ears. And I ended up watching Mr. Evil Cheese's review. And he said that kind of stretch it out beforehand. Like, stretch it out. And then put her on like that. And then it won't take the paint off. So there she is with her wig. And I'm not a fan of that. Just because I think 11 looks way cooler with the shaved head. I think she looks kind of odd with the wig on. But there she is with the wig on. And to take it off, just right here at the bottom, just stretch it outward. Oops. I just threw her hand off. Where did that go? There. Well, that came off anyway. That was a little disastrous. Let me try and put this on a little bit better now. Since it fell off. There. But that's how you take the wig off without getting any paint rub on her head. So, looking at the head sculpt resembles Millie Bobby Brown a lot. Like, Mcfarlane did a great job sculpting this head. But they always really do. Like, the likenesses are always really great. You can see she has just a little bit of blood running out of her nose, because that's what happens when she uses her powers. And she has a little bit of paint variation to her hair. And right here, hold on, let me move my camera here. That's what you're hearing, is me hitting the edge of my camera there. Now it does switch to the face print tech right here for the edge of her hair, for her hairline right here. And it does kind of look weird because it changes to this really light brown. It's not quite as noticeable right here on the right side, but on the left side it's very noticeable. I mean, you could just take some dark brown and paint over that. But it is kind of weird how it looks that way. I think maybe the dark brown was supposed to be painted over it. I don't know. But that's really my only complaint with this. Her jacket also looks really nice. It looks really worn. Like right here on the wrinkles, it looks really brown. And right there, I just noticed that I'm getting a little bit of paint rub from moving her shoulder out there. So that does suck. But yeah, this jacket looks like it's been worn a lot. How it has that brown on the wrinkles and right there on the elbows. That looks really nice, though. It's just like her dress. Her dress has just a little bit of a browning to it. Now, I have seen some where it looks like completely filthy. I don't know if that's a variant or just too many paint apps. Because I've seen quite a few like that. Where the dress will be like completely brown. But this one just has slight brown to it. Like it's just been worn for a little while. You know, it doesn't look like overboard like some of the ones I've seen. Honestly, I'd chalk it up to probably just, you know, bad factory paint apps. And she doesn't, I really thought that she had a swivel right here in her torso, or like it was ball jointed, but it isn't. Now her legs, they are ball jointed, but they can't kick forward. You can really just get this motion from her legs. So, that's kind of weird. I really thought that they would, like, make a cut right here, and this would be like a ball joint, but it isn't. It's all one piece. And you really don't get that much range of motion out of her legs. So I think it definitely would have benefited from them cutting it in half right here, and then putting a ball joint up in her torso. And then there are her socks. And they're also sculpted really good. Looks like real socks. They're even fraying a little bit at the top from where they've been stretched out. And then here are her shoes. Now her shoes are really dirty. Really nasty. They've got a lot of dirt on them. But they're sculpted nicely. They also have a slight texture to them. It's not much, but it is there. But her shoes look really nice. Or maybe they're sneakers. Maybe that's considered sneakers. Either way, it looks really nice. So now let's go over her articulation. She's got a ball-jointed head that can't look back at all because of the collar of her jacket right here. But she can look down all the way, although you will get that kind of noise from where it's rubbing. She can move her head side to side. She has ball-jointed shoulders that can move out that far. She has single-jointed elbows that can bend in pretty much all the way. And she has ball-jointed wrists that can move up and down and side to side, as well as all around. I really love it when figures use ball joints for like the feet and the hands. It just gives them so much of a range of motion. Like her hand here can go completely down. You can also kind of use this as a relaxed hand. I mean, it is meant for her to hold out like that, but you can also use it for a relaxed hand too. She has ball jointed hips that can't kick forward or back, but you can do that. I mean, there's really no point to that, but you can do that. She has single-jointed knees that are on swivels. And then she has ball-jointed feet, or ball-jointed ankles that can move up and down, and also acts as a rocker. But even though it acts as a rocker, you really can't stabilize her still because she's top-heavy. So I'll probably have to put her back on her base for size comparisons here. There. Now, getting her on this base was a little bit tricky. Hold on here. See, it doesn't want to go in any further. There. It also makes that awful noise, too. And since she's top-heavy, she still wants to lean over. So, okay, she's standing. Okay, she better not fall over. I'll get really mad if she does. Okay. So, for size comparisons, here she is next to Chief Hopper. And I'll try to get to review him sometime this week if I can. He's a little top-heavy, too. He's kind of one of those figures that you'll probably need the base for if you want him to stand perfectly still. But there she is next to Chief Hopper. Here she is next to Mike. And, he has his backpack on, so that might be why he doesn't want to stand. Okay, here she is next to Mike. I'm having to hold him up. Now that I'm noticing it, a lot of these figures don't really want to stand. The only one that stood was Dart. And now that I've seen Season 2, I realize that Dart isn't size accurate. I mean, you can use him. Nothing ever says you can't use something just because it's not accurate in size, but yeah, it's definitely not accurate like I thought it was. And then here she is next to the Demogorgon. I also need to review it sometime. It was a deluxe box figure. And let me zoom up here. And yes, it is much taller than 11. 11's a smaller figure anyway, since she's a kid, but it's definitely way taller than her. Okay. Let me hold it up here next to Chief Hopper. And Chief Hopper, he's a pretty big figure. Like, he's really tall. And it's even taller than him. Like, way taller than him. Like, its head is clear up here at his torso. That's how tall it is. Like I said, I still need to review it, too. I have my issues with both Chief Hopper and the Demogorgon. But more on that when I review them. So overall, I would highly recommend this 11. I think it's a really nice figure. It really can't stand, but that's not a major problem. I think the likeness is really great. And the sculpt, as always with Mcfarlane, the sculpt and paint is out of this world. So, I would highly recommend it. So, that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below. Thanks for watching.